I'll then also be commenting the match of I will be playing the winner. So, I will go ahead and check out their decks as they get set up to play. Again, you've seen Foxhull a couple times by me commenting it, but here it is, very similar to Kit's deck actually. 2 Scrapforge Titans, a lot of heavy removal, Blightwalkers, Reavers, Cold Weeks, Epidemics, and 3 Oracles, Technosmiths. So I wouldn't have been surprised if Foxhull and Kit were actually talking about their decks together, building it, because they look almost the same. So we're definitely looking at a super heavy removal deck, which what he is against will be Naglfar, which is also a late game deck. His is a lot more designed for the end game though. He is not looking for a mid-range or removal. He is just setting up Titans and Krogiuses to eventually just slaughter his opponent. Very much a Timmy player here, based on the deck at least. So we're looking at Oracles, Titans, Krogius, Brightsteel even for a big dude. Otherwise, we are not looking at much of any power early game. The strongest creature he has early game is a Deep Branch Crawler. He does have Echo Wisp, which is another 6/1. So 6/1 that can create 2 of them and 7/7s. But other than that, he has no power early game in any way. So a huge thing to Foxhull is going to be having to close out this game early. Unfortunately, Foxhull's deck is loaded with non-aggressive creatures. He has a lot of removal, but Naglfar does not have many creatures that are needed to be removed, other than the Titan late game and the Oracles for the leveling. Beyond that, Naglfar has a huge advantage with the fact that Foxhull is not going to be able to take advantage of the low attack of Naglfar's game, while Naglfar has a lot stronger late game than Foxhull does, with 6 bombs rather than 2. A key thing for Naglfar will be to utilize his Technosmiths a lot more than his Oracles, because the Oracles will be getting shut down rather frequently, and before they can get their triggers from the various removal that Foxhull has. But we expect to see a lot of cards leveled this game from both players, and expect to see a very long game. I would give the edge definitely to Naglfar here with a stronger late game, when Foxhull does not have a deck based around dealing with a quick game. So definitely putting the advantage here to Naglfar, which I guess puts the advantage towards me in the next round if Naglfar wins, since I've already beaten Naglfar, and I'm the one who kicked him into the loser's bracket. But we will see on that. Let's see if they are communicating yet. Yes, they are talking in the community chat. So they are setting up the game to go already. So they are adding each other on Skype currently. So yes, Naglfar and Foxhull is going. They're getting their Skypes added, and should be up shortly. So, Kit, I didn't actually watch much of the game other than the very end of your match, actually. Unfortunately, Noetherian asked if he wanted to play. That's not unfortunate, but unfortunately for answering your question in that regard. But Noetherian and I played a couple of games, and then I caught the second half of your last game that you played. You almost had a really good comeback there at the end. I was surprised at how you almost came back there, but just barely not enough life to survive. If you had another like 10 life or so, you would have been pretty set on coming back in that game. But yes. This next matchup, let me make sure. I'm assuming Naglfar and Foxhull are both not in my chat. I would hope not, as I've just explained the entire game in both decks' strategies and the ways they should be winning. in this particular matchup, especially with, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter who I favor in that regard, but I do think that the strategies in here, Foxhull is going to have to come up with something to deal with this. It's definitely not in Foxhull's favor.